Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth, doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you want to be a bird.
Right? So we're going to talk about a few rules in cryptocurrency and to understand. And there's a brother, he just shared something on one of the groups, and he said, you know, something about this trade thing going on, conversation. Now, I'm going to talk about this as well, and also some other stuff as well, right? So let's fix this camera first. Camera was bloody coming down. Sorry, my phone's heavy. Phone holders can't hold it, so I had to kind of make this custom phone holder, and that's why I've got it here rather than having it over there where I had before. It was struggling, and the problem I had was the phone was keeping falling out, and one of these days I was going to have it going down the window. So yeah, I wasn't interested, right? Anyway, let's talk about cryptocurrency. Very important fundamentals, right? We've got to understand, right? Number one, is cryptocurrency like stocks? No. Stocks, you buy a number or a share on an exchange, and that's it. You can only sell it back to the exchange, right? You can't sell your stock from one exchange to another exchange. You can't do that. You're in or you're out, full stop. Crypto, some people like to compare it with shares. Of course, remember, Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is divisible. Because it's divisible, of course, you're buying a portion of it, right? We call it a portion rather than a share, because you're not buying a share. You're buying a portion of it. It's yours. So you can move it anywhere you want, an exchange, your wallet, wherever you want. Put it on your mobile phone, it doesn't matter. So there's a significant difference between that. The other difference, stock market does 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe a 10% up and down. You know, volatility, like stock markets are dead, right? Are dead until some sort of a news comes out. Oh, here's our quarterly report, profits and this and that. There's nothing, there's no movement. So with traditional markets, it's usually every quarterly, maybe some of them even every monthly, right? Depending on the report and how people feel about it, people pump it and this and that. That's how stocks are. And you're going to be on it all day long, basically watching your thing. Unless you put it on an index fund, then it's a different story. But cryptocurrency also has index funds with other companies like Grayscale. They do an index fund, and also some other companies are doing ETFs. Those are paper, like similar to your stock, right? But they're not real Bitcoin. When we buy and sell real Bitcoin, it's a different story. You know, I don't know how to put it. Like, you know, for us, we got the real thing. We got the real thing. And we're volatile. We do, you know, we can have a swing of like 20, 30, 40, 50, right? And it's normal for us. It's normal, right? Anyone who's been in the game is normal. Also, while we're at this as well, I want to drop another thing as well. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe, like, and share with another if you find value, all right? If you find value. And let me know what you think about the videos or any comments you got in the below the description. And also in the description, there's loads of links and this and that. Use it if you want here. If you don't, it doesn't matter. And you can always send me, if you don't want your BTC, you can always send it to me. I'm happy to take it, right? That's my Twitter handle, funnily. I say, if you don't want your BTC, send it to me. But anyway, so we've got this whole, like, you know, the differences. Like, we're looking at differences. So I know a lot of the guys, they're probably looking at things in the traditional way. Now, coming to this brother, I'm going to drop this right now because this brother sent a picture. Well, in one of our groups, like the trading groups that we have, and it's very private, we discuss these kind of things, and multiple traders and analysts and data analysts, we all come together and we talk, right? In fact, we've even spoke about this particular thing on Reddit as well. So there's a group on Reddit where we're members and we talked about it there as well. And I'll tell you what the consensus was, right? And I'm talking about hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, right? The consensus combined together is this fake news. Whoever was sending this stayed anonymous, number one, didn't want to disclose who they are. So obviously someone's picked it up and it's just gone viral, right? But the fact is you got to see the source where it's coming from. And someone just saying that, I could say that, right? And if someone picks it up and starts sharing it, it goes viral, well, a lot of people take attention of these things. But what you got to understand, if this is a genuine news, right? Or if it is just someone joking about, whatever they say, do the opposite. right? We always do the opposite. The consensus we had together combined in the group, I think 85 and 90% of the people agreed that it was just bollocks, right? And we're going up, right? We're just doing it up. So if they say it's going to be 25, well, guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to be longing it from 25. If they say it's going to be 30, we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to do opposite. We're not going to short it at that number. We're going to long it from that number. So, you know, crypto will always do the opposite of what you think, right? So you got to be really, like, you know, you really have to understand this. You know, if you expect crypto to go to 1 million today, it's not going to go to 1 million today. You know, however, a stock, a particular stock, they could easily say, oh, we just sold to another company, boom, 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 we're doing all right, we made £1 million, bam, you got your stock prices jumping up, right? Crypto doesn't work like that. Crypto news is quite different. Every good news you hear in crypto, think about it as a time to sell. All right, so when you see good news in crypto, it's time to sell. However, in reverse, if you see bad news in crypto, well, guess what? It's time to buy. All right, so crypto does the opposite. You know, don't take anything for as it is, right? So if everyone's saying market's crashing, it's the opposite. And I told you I think on yesterday's video as well, I said this as well. Everybody, right? And I'm not talking about myself, you know, even Willy Woo, right? You know, he's one of my top analysts, right? He's even saying it. There's a few others on Twitter as well. Everyone's mentioning it. They're all saying the same thing. This is a dip, that's for sure. It's a correction, that's for sure. But it has nothing to do with Elon Musk, because we've been preparing. I mean, if you look at my videos, we've been talking about how the market is too high, it needs to calm down. And I've been saying it for months now, right? No, at least over a month, you know, as far as I can remember. So, you know, I've been saying it, the market's going to come down. It's got to come down. It's got to come down. And the reason I've kept on saying this is because it will come down, right? And it has, which is fine. We needed this correction. We needed this cool-off period. The cool-off's come in. Coincidentally, Elon Musk just sends a text. Coincidentally, Vitalik Butler nonsense happened, but Vitalik didn't crash it. They probably scammed everybody, but they didn't crash it, right? And actually, Vitalik, what he did now was just brilliant. $6.7 billion worth of Shiba Inu burnt. Brilliant. That's what you want. That's the kind of attitude you want to see. Well, I'm sure in the process he made a lot of money, but that's a different story. Elon Musk turning around and saying how you know, Bitcoin uses energy and this and that, and a lot of people are giving him hate for it, and I think he enjoys it. He genuinely enjoys it. Again, he has nothing to do with this crash. This is expected. All the top analysts expected it. Willy Woo, me, everybody, right? A few other people I can mention. Everybody's lost their trade. So I'll tell you what, anybody who was buying and holding, anybody who's been dollar cost averaging, oh my god, okay, that's a bit, dollar cost averagers actually made money. It's quite funny. Dollar cost averagers actually made more crypto during this particular time because they kept it consistent. They spent the same amount of money, whatever, every day, every week, whatever, and they ended up buying more. The hodlers, not affected at all, not bothered at all. The crash or, you know, the mood doesn't impact them at all. Hodlers, no problem, right? And then you've got your traders. So remember, I'm kind of technically all three of them. So I buy the dip, so I do dollar cost averaging in. I also, you know, buy on the spot market as well. So, you know, I'll buy the dip. So that's me. I'm also a hodler. All right. So I hodl. I got a massive portfolio on hodl. And then I'm also a leverage trader, right? So when I look for opportunities, I'll do it. So you guys may have noticed recently, I've said to you, plenty of, so I had like old trades open. I said, look, I've got old trades open. I'm not trading anymore. So I stopped trading recently. A few months ago, I actually stopped trading. I said, I'm not trading anymore. Whatever I got, I'm going to try and kind of cash out of that. And what I mean by that is take some chips off the table, and I've done that, right? So I'm not at a loss because I've already put my stop loss above. So when it came down and it kind of impacted the market crash, I got liquidated. In about 5 different trades. But they're old trades. I've taken my money out off the table already. I'm already in profit. I don't care if it goes down, and it's gone down. Happy days, doesn't matter. You know, Willy Woo, same story apparently happened to him as well. He done an interview and he mentioned the same thing. He said how he got wiped out. He was on a holiday or something like this and he got wiped out. He didn't care. It gets them even better. Cryptocurrency crashes for 48 hours. Every single bad YouTuber knows they're bad, right? Because they don't know what they're doing, right? They just got the followers. I don't know how. Probably this. I don't know what it is. Look, I'm not going to put anything in here. I was going to say something, but I don't know what it is. Something favors them, obviously. They were silent. 48 hours, all silent. And then 48 hours, they're like, oh no, we were just trying to kind of just assess what's going on. We didn't want to talk about it because we just want to, no, you didn't want to talk about it because you lost money, mate. Because you didn't want to talk about it because you have no idea what's going on. That's what it is. I'll tell you what, all the guys that have a clue, all the guys that know what they're doing, they're still on it. They were doing, you know, if they're doing one video a day, they were still doing one video a day. If they were doing 2 videos a day, they did 2 videos a day. Also, there were some guys who actually did brave enough to do the video, but you can see it in their face. You can see it in their face. And that made me laugh. And I'm like, oh my days, this is just like hilarious, right? How these people, you know, you can see they lost money. They just did the wrong thing. And why? I'll tell you who lost most of the money. All these guys out there who are always promoting, you know, Bybit links, right? You know, oh, you know, you got like nice little $1,000 bonus, $5,000 bonus. They're the ones who lost all the money. They're the ones, you look at their face, you can tell. It's like their whole family died in a day, right? It's just, I mean, it's hilarious, right? Don't do it, guys. This is an advice to you. Don't do it. And Elon, this is for you, right? Calm down, bro. What's wrong with you? We understand it. We get it. You're having fun. Do you know what? I'm having fun now as well. You know, there's a time to be serious and there's a time to be having fun. And right now, I'm having fun. You know, but I do have to be honest, right? There's a lot of new guys coming in. And of course, as I said, they're getting caught out with certain things, right? And guys, if you have been considering buying Bitcoin and you've been waiting, right? You've been on the sidelines and this and that, just kind of observing, you know, now is your time. I'll tell you this, now is your time. This is no financial advice, right? I'm not your financial advisor. But this is the time when you should be buying crypto. You're not going to get these discounts, right? You know, we've got, what do you call this? Like, so this is what you're getting, like discounts. Are we going to drop down even further? I've talked about it to a few people, and the fact is, actually, we do have a massive chance of dropping down a little bit further, going down a little bit more. How far? We don't know. I'll be honest with you. How far? We don't know. We are going to go down a little bit. The 27k mark looks like a very good number. There's a 22k mark as well. But I have said to everybody, just be cautious. Keep the 20k, like, you know, 19k, 20k, whatever, rounded figure. Keep that on the board as well. There's a big chance we might even go down. And that's because of that method that I said, that when the market keeps on pushing, it pushes down even further. So yeah, I mean, this is like a reset to what's going on. I know a lot of people think the bull market's over. It's not. I think this is playing out exactly the way it played out. So there's 3 scenarios this is playing out, and it's actually on the dot, right? Number 1 scenario is the 2013 first stage of the bull run. Number 2 scenario is the 2016 to 2017 first stage of the bull run, right? Because during that time, I remember we had a nice little 45% correction, right? That's what it's following. And in 2013, I mean, we had a 77% correction, right? 70 plus at least, right? So that's what it's following. And then in 2019, we had another bull run, right? During that time, we climbed up. How far did we go? I think we went to like 10, 11, 12K, 13, 14K, something like that. I can't remember the number off my top of my head. I got it early. I got it at 10K. But it went up and then it crashed down again. And then we had the Corona dump, right? Which everyone knows about, the most famous Corona dump. But the one thing we saw, not in 2013, not in 2017, we saw this in 2020, and we're seeing it now as well, was the amount of money going into exchanges, like USDT and this and that, going into exchanges and sitting there, right, to buy the dip. We see that, and we, you know, when we see money going in and the equivalent not being bought up with something, you know something's going to happen. We saw the same inflow of money in 2020, just before the Corona dump, and then the buying frenzy after the Corona dump, and that's how we are where we are today. Same thing we saw recently on the recent dump. I mean, that the wick, if you look at that wick when it went to 30k, it was literally bought up within minutes. On top of that, and this is where it gets crazy, so this is why a lot of us, we don't even bother, you know, a lot of the buy orders didn't fill, a lot of the sell orders didn't fill. In fact, a lot of the exchanges completely congested, like, gone mental, right? It didn't work. They just shut down at that time. So this is where, like, being 2 steps ahead of the game always comes in handy, right? You're always 2 steps ahead. And these little dips, like, trying to catch that 1k 2k difference, doesn't matter, right? Most people probably didn't pick up the 30k, but it doesn't matter if you picked up the 31k, 32k, 33k, 34k, 35k. Well, we went all the way back up to 42. So that's how you do it. You gotta be able to, not worry too much, not stress out, be calm, and say, well, this is what I want to do. I want to buy at this price. I want to put it at a ridiculous price, because everyone wants to buy a specific price. So you want to do it at a ridiculous price. Pick it up, put a couple of orders in, difference, 500,000 pounds, whatever, right? You put a little bit different. You put your orders in. I mean, one has to kick in, right? So if one does, problem solved. That's all you need. You just need one to do it. So you've got to be calm, right? And anybody who's hodling, I always say to you, don't leave it in the exchange, because that's what happens. You've got it in the exchange and you see yourself bleeding out, but you seeing bleeding out is fiat money. Your crypto's still there. If you bought one crypto, like for example, I got this, I'm not promoting anything actually, let me do it with this, right? So this is an e-liquid, right? I'm not promoting anything, e-liquid. Imagine I went to an exchange, now I bought this one e-liquid, right? It's my e-liquid, I can do whatever I want with it. So I'll take it off the exchange, I'll leave it there, right? When I'm ready to sell again, I'll sell it. And that's how we work with hodling portfolio, right? So whenever we invest a certain amount of money, we've got to make our minds up. So we're planning right ahead before we even hit the button. We've already planned the scenarios. Okay, this is what will happen if I press the button and today everything goes to 0. So regardless, by the way, it's got nothing to do with trading, leverage or anything, buying any stock, right? So the moment I press the button to buy with my fiat money, pounds or dollars or whatever, I have to assume, number one assumption, the number one rule is I've lost all my money, right? Number 2 rule is, okay, what is enough for me? When do I exit? If you don't have an exit strategy when you enter, you're not planning to fade. You've got to have these things like, okay, what's enough for me? Do I want it? Am I going to be in it for the next 5 years? Am I going to be in it for a year? Am I going to be in, like, say for example, it's £1,000. Am I going to be in it until £10,000? Or do I want to be in it for £100,000? What do I want to do? If you've agreed to yourself, right, and you are your own judge, by the way, you are your own boss. You have to make those decisions. No one's going to make this for you, right? No Signal, no YouTuber, no Twitter, nothing. You make that decision, right? And you say, I'm going in with £1,000. I'm going to be in it until £100,000. Fair play. You got to also now use logic and reason and say, well, to get to £100,000, it might take me 10 years. Are you prepared to wait for it? If you are, great, wait for it. You could be like, oh, I want to get out when it's 10k, and we shoot up all the way up to 10k. But are you going to stick to it? And we go like 10, 11k, 12k. Are you going to stick to it? Have you got the willpower and the discipline to stick to the 10k? Right? You have to, right? You have to. These are the discipline we have as we're trading. So we have a target price. We want to get to that target price. Boom, we're out. It doesn't matter if it goes to the moon. This is why there's a lot of altcoins that I have where I've said to you that, I've bought it, I've made 10%, I've taken my initial investment out, I left the 10%. I don't care if it goes to the moon. If it goes to the moon, I'll sell it and I'll take it out and do something else with it. But the idea is as long as my initial investment's out, I'm free, right? So guys, you guys coming in like new guys, especially, this is all for the new guys, right? Don't complicate yourselves. I know there was a brother yesterday, he was asking me a lot of questions, even this morning. I mean, bro, by the way, I don't wake up until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't sleep until the morning anyway. So I'm awake in the night. If you want to text me in the night, I'll be there. But I'm a vampire. I'm around in the night. But there's a lot of questions you're asking me about what is this, what is that, what is this, what is that. And, regarding Binance, I believe, right? Again, you are trying to run before you can walk. If that makes any sense. You're new to the industry. My advice to you is stick to the basics. Learn from the basics, right? Start off with Coinbase or something. Everyone does. Start off on Coinbase, easy. You don't need to know the technicals, easy. You start dabbling yourself in there, you start getting comfortable. Then on the side, you open another exchange, and then you start exploring, right? Okay, what's this, what's that? And you start exploring. You know, I know a lot of guys just want to, you come in and you're like, you know, I just want to go in quick. Actually, I found that video where the brother asked me, another channel, he asked me, I found that video, it's actually on this channel. I didn't realize this. I did upload it 6 months ago. I uploaded it on this channel. So that video is there. It's like a Bitcoin warning with one of my earlier videos. 6 months ago it was done. And I speak with another brother on his channel, and I said to him, I said, you can't make quick money. It doesn't work like that. Right? So this is what I said to him. I said, you can't make quick money. It doesn't work like that, you know. And we kind of killed the conversation, because this is what it is. If you're in it for a short time and you think you're going to make a ton of money, right, very quickly, and you're kind of rushing into it, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. This is what most common people do. They just lose money because, sorry guys, I just had to go on a roundabout. Going around the roundabout. Yeah, so most common mistake a lot of people make, right? They want everything now. Understand this, right? It's not your, you know, food company, it's not a restaurant, it's not anything like that. You can't have it now. It doesn't work like that. It's not going to happen in the next 45 minutes, right? You know, it doesn't work like that. I mean, how many people have bought a property and thought the property is going to double in price in 6 months? Seriously, be realistic, right? It doesn't work like that. If you want to make money, oh yeah, you can make money in a minute. You can make money in 5 minutes. You can double, triple, 10 times your money in 10 minutes. Are you willing to take the risk to lose all of it? That's how we do leverage trading. That's how you lose money. Are you willing to lose that money? If you are, by all means, go ahead, go and try and make some quick money. You might get lucky, you never know. You might get lucky. So this is one of the things why we warn people. I warn people, especially, I don't know about we. Who we? Me. I warn people, right? I, me and myself, we. All right? I warn people. And guys, you got to really understand that, you know, leverage trading isn't for everybody. If you don't have proper risk management, you can't do it. And also when we are doing leverage trading, we're doing a very small percentage of our thing. So I could literally, okay, check this out. Imagine I had 10 Bitcoins. I have 10 Bitcoins and I'm like, oh, do you know what? I feel so good. I'm going to go and do this and I can 10x my Bitcoin. Well, I'm going to put 10 Bitcoin. This is me being, this is stupid me, by the way. Sorry, fucking win. Excuse my language. This is me, by the way, right? So I'm going to go and put 10 Bitcoins and I'm going to do a 10x leverage. If my Bitcoin goes up, I can make 10 times that. So I can come up with 100 Bitcoins, right? So when I 10x it, I'm getting you know, 9 times more, right? Whatever you want to call it, right? So just say I can make 100 Bitcoins out of my 10 Bitcoins. Happy days, right? That's greed. So this is a stupid me. So what happens? My trade goes long. What do I lose? I lose all 10 Bitcoins. I'll tell you what smart investors do. I got 10 Bitcoins. This is a smart investor too, and this is what I do. I got 10 Bitcoins. How much am I going to trade? 0.1 to 0.2, on a good day maybe 0.5. Half a Bitcoin. That's all I'm going to put. Half a Bitcoin. I'm not going to put my 10 Bitcoin. I'm going to put half a Bitcoin and I'm going to say I want to 10x that. Well, guess what? If I 10x my half a Bitcoin, I may not make 100 Bitcoins. I can make 5 Bitcoins. Do you know what? 5 Bitcoin, less risk, right, is a lot more worth than risking my 10 Bitcoins to try and get the 100 Bitcoins. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, right? That's the reality though, you know. To be trading, you got to be calm. You can't be greedy. You got to let the market do its thing. You know, if the market is trending down, go short it, but don't risk everything, right? I know I've heard a lot of people come out recently, and I've talked about it in another video as well, where they come out and they're constantly saying like, oh, I lost everything. I lost everything. In fact, you know, there's some groups I'm on and there were some people coming on the group and saying, oh, I lost everything. And nobody showed any sympathy. I'll be honest with you. Nobody showed any sympathy. They just said, you greedy fucker, what did you expect? That's what they said. You're too greedy, mate. What do you expect? Why would you go and put all your money, you're broke now, you put all your money into a leverage trade, regardless whether it's 10x, 20x, 5x, 1x, it doesn't matter. Why would you do a leverage trade? That's how you lose money. You know, anybody who's been hodling, they're fine. Anybody who's been buying, at a dollar cost average, they're fine. None of those people get affected, right? And then there are some cases actually as well. This is funny, check this out. These are institution money. Institutions, greedy institutions obviously, came in, and those greedy institutions have also gone in and done leverage trade, and they lost money. You're kind of, hitting yourself in your own foot. You're shooting yourself in your own foot, right? Whose fault is that? It's not the market. Market does what it does. It's your fault. You shouldn't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't think that I want to make this much now. And people get too excited. And this is what I mean about too excited as well, right? Let me explain this to you, right? I said this many times. I said there's a lot of guys on YouTube and this and that, right? When the market's going up, every day is like, oh, exactly as predicted, exactly as predicted, exactly as predicted, right? There's no numbers. It's just every day, oh, we predict it's going to go up. Yeah, it's going to go up, right? Well, you're a superhero, right? You're doing all right. You predict the market going up. But the same people get so kind of, how would I say this? Like, they start believing in their own lies. I don't know if that makes any sense. So they don't know what they're saying. They're chatting bullshit, and they start believing that bullshit, right? And they believe that the market will go up, right? And they do a long trade. Oh, we're going to have a breakout trade. And they do a breakout trade and they lose money, right? And the worst part is, this is the worst part. The worst part is the market's going down. They decide to short it and they lose money there because we have a bounce. On the bounce, they're like, market's going to go up. We're going to have a breakout. They lose money again. And they keep on losing money. Why? Because you're greedy, man. Do you not know when it's time to stop? I made a video a few weeks back where I was liquidated out of a trade, and after I got liquidated, I never went back in. I told everybody on the video, I'm not going to go back in. I'm going to observe. And I'll tell you this, even today, I said on one of the groups, I said, I will be observing the market tonight after 1 a.m. I'm going to be watching it. If I have any indication, any suggestion on the chart, right? The chart has to tell me on an hourly, on a 30-minute, I don't care what time frame. If the chart can confirm to me we are going to 43k, well, I'm going long. Very simple. Alongside with me, a lot of other people were going long, right? Because that is a breakout. We planned for it. We're not doing it on the blind just because we feel it's going to do. No, there's no feeling there. This is maths. Now, if I don't make it, well, I'm out. But I'll tell you what I will be doing, and I know it's going to happen. I'm going to put a long trade, and I'm going to stop it. I'm going to put a stop loss. Well, it's not even going to be a stop loss, right? It's going to be a take profit technically, right? So I'm going to put my amount in, whatever amount I'm putting in. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to climb the market, but I'm going to only look for approximately 10 to 20%. That's all I need, right? If I can do 10 to 20% and I realize that, okay, this candle seems solid and it's going up even more, guess what? I'm coming out with my 10%. I'm going back in again. So I'm not leaving my money there to get wiped out, if that makes any sense to you, right? My plan is I'm going to go in, I'm going to boost the trade. Once I boost the trade, if I make 10%, even 1%, remember I'm a 1% guy, but I'm going to target 10%. That's my target. If I can make 10% of the money I'm investing, I'm going to take 110% out. So I'm not leaving anything. And if I see then the next candle is saying it's going to go up again, I'm going to go in again with the same amount of money. I need confluence, I need confirmation. I don't need to leave my trade there. Of course, if I leave it there, then my 10% could become 20%, could become 30%. Damn, I could make 100%. That's greed though. That's not logic, that's not discipline, it's greed. I ain't greedy. So that's what it is. I just wanted you guys to understand. Now is the time, because I did mention last week as well in the video that, guys, this crash, this whole thing, the way it works, lasts a couple of weeks, and we're coming at the end of this. Was the cycle I was talking about. We're actually coming to so this week is the last week that I already talked about it. So from next week, we're going to see a nice little move back up again. Now, I can tell you this, right, as a big warning here. If next week we can't push it up, so coming week, right, if we can't push it back up to close to the 48.50 level, I'll tell you this, like the weekly candle, if the weekly candle, we can't close it above the 47, then I'm going to be a bit scared. All right, I'll be a bit iffy. Like, all right, is this kind of the end of the mini cycle? Should I go back in cash and wait for the dip and then pick up the dip and then climb it up on the second wave, right? But so far, no confirmations. This monthly candle is going to be a red candle. That is confirmed. Until next monthly candle, we actually don't have any confirmation. So anybody could tell you anything on the charts. They could come out on an hourly, 4 hourly, daily, with all the bollocks they have, right? They come out and say, oh, we're in a bear market. We're this. We haven't had the confirmation. The confirmation for this cycle to continue or not is at the end of the month. So we need to complete the month in order for us to find out what's going on. So, of course, a lot of the portfolios, you're going to see, you're going to see your fiat value go up and down. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. As I said, if I have the feeling that we're going to have a temporary bear market, and as I said, this is a bearish scenario, but if it looks like a bearish, if we confirm that we're in a bear market, of course I'm not going to say it over 1 day candle. I'm not going to say it over a couple of hourly candle. No way. No. It doesn't work like that. You can't confirm a bull run or a bear market, right? You can't confirm that on a couple of hourly candles, 4 hourly candles, even a daily candle, right? To confirm a bull run, you need weekly to monthly, all right? That's how you know it's a bull run. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens anyway, but guys, just chill out, right? But yeah, all the new guys, remember, stick to the big boys. The small ones are going to wipe you out. Remember, stick to the big boys. The big boys are going to save you. And obviously, as I said, do not invest any money. And I'm not your financial advisor. Do not invest any money if you're not prepared to lose it all, because that's the first assumption you have to make. The moment you press the button to buy, trade, or whatever, turn around and you say, I've lost it. Right, that's it, you've lost it. Just like a lottery, you put your money down, you've lost it, right, until you won. So just assume that, but try and have the mentality to be in it for a longer period of time, right? You're gonna do all right. And there's actually a lot more news as well. There's a lot more other kind of news coming as well. I mean, ignore the China FUD and this and that, right? And remember, as I said earlier on as well, right? Any bad news is good news, right? So translate bad news as an opportunity to buy. That's when you should be buying. If you see too many good news in the news, in mainstream media or anywhere, right? Any one of these groups or whatever you see, it's the opposite, right? Remember, crypto market does the opposite of what you do. Expect the unexpected. And by doing that, if you're watching my videos, I'm always stressing, I'm trying to keep you two steps ahead of time, right, of everybody. So you'll always be 2-3 steps ahead. You already know what's going to happen. You already know the news. Like, for example, if someone turns around and says, oh, we're going to dip, well, I talked about it already. If you look at any of my videos, I talked about it, right? Of course, we're expecting this to dip even further, right? And then I think once the dip is over, next week we could, and this is what I'm going to say could, I'm not going to give you 100% yet because I need to see the chart, right? And as I said, the 43k is actually the number I'm looking for. If I see a 43, then we will have a V-shaped recovery. If I don't see a 43, sadly, I don't think we're going to have a V-shaped recovery. I think we're going to dip even further, right? So it's all maths. I'll explain it a little bit more if I do the charts, and I'm not going to even bother doing charts today, probably. No bonus content today, guys, so I'm not going to catch you out. But yeah, just chill out, relax, right? Don't FOMO into stuff, right? And avoid the scam coins. I talked about it to someone today on the group. They're going into XRP. Damn, I'm not part of the XRP army. I'll tell you this though, I am part of the Link army. I'm part of the ADA army, definitely. And recently I'm part of the Shiba Inu. Also, we talk about Shiba Inu. Oh my god. Okay, let's check this out. On Shiba Inu, I'm 50% down. Right, but again, the same theory comes in, remember what I said to you. I will not invest money if I'm not going to be prepared to lose it. So as I said, with Shiba Inu, when I invested what I invested, I already assumed from that very moment I've lost all of it. But I am seeing volume, and that's the key. When you see volume, you know there's a bit of movement, right? And I'm still seeing Shiba Inu currently not in the top 10 volume. I think in some exchanges it is, right? But it's still hovering around volume wise in the top 15, top 20. That's a big number. Out of 9,900 and how many fake coins, you've got this particular one still being. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And this, I think, has a lot to do with what Vitalik printed, right? You know, what he announced recently, the $6.7 billion worth of Shiba Inu that he burned. And that's kind of affected the price a little bit as well. But he's actually very bullish, right? I was talking about it recently. I said, do you know what? I've noticed on the mainstream media, even I just released a video on Twitter regarding the parliament. For God's sake, they were talking about Ethereum flipping Bitcoin in the parliament, British parliament, right? House of Commons. What the, you know what I mean? So listen, there's a lot of bullish stuff going on, and kind of confirms what I was saying about how I saw a lot of money buying Ethereum. So this dump, Ethereum was bought a lot more than Bitcoin. I was watching it and I said that, and this kind of confirms, right? So there's a lot of bullish things going on. I mean, remember, the guy's on parliament. He's not there to talk about his own personal wealth. No. He doesn't get paid enough to do that, right? He's been sent there, paid by someone, lobbied or whatever you call it, right? You know, to go and talk about it, right? So there's an influence behind him, right? There's always someone above somebody else, right? You know, don't ask me who's above me. I can tell. Well, actually, before you ask, Satoshi is after me, right? So Satoshi tells me what to do. I just follow Satoshi's way. Other than that, guys, I'm not going to say anything else. I don't want to make it any longer. But guys, stay calm, stay peaceful. The opportunity is going. All the coins that you ever wanted is there, and also don't go freaky on the coins. And remember, your initial investment needs to come out ASAP. You know, keep the noise out. Just, even if you hear, like, look, enjoy videos, watch all the stuff you see, enjoy the news and everything. But sometimes just take 2 steps back and ask yourself, does it make any logical sense? You know, if someone says to you, okay, the market's going to go to 0, doesn't make any logical sense. Is the maths working out? Just do some of that and you'll be all right. You know, maths and logic and reasoning really, really helps, right? They all add up together. They all give you the numbers. And you decide like this, right? And I always say to people, it's not about me. It's not about anybody else. I'm not here. I'm not going to do anything for you. All I'm going to give you is this information here and try and kind of open your mind and talk to you guys. That's about it. You know, it's nothing else. British weather. Do you know what? It's just like Bitcoin. One day sunny, one day rainy. One day sunny, one day rainy, right? It's just like Bitcoin, up and down, up and down. I love it. So anyway, guys, listen, I've got a call coming through, so I'll catch you on another one. Take care, guys. Adios, amigos.